If you have a book that's currently listed with KDP Expanded Distribution and you're realizing it's not as expanded as advertised and you now want to have it listed through IngramSpark, there are several steps you need to take to be able to take your paperback book and move it to IngramSpark. And I'm going to be going the exact process that I went through in this video. Stay tuned. Hi, I'm MK Williams. I'm an author and independent publisher. I love sharing my insights about all things self-publishing with you. Before I get into the details about today's topic, don't forget to hit the subscribe button below. You'll be notified when I put out new videos every week about self-publishing and making a career out of being an author. So I've done several videos in the past about KDP Expanded Distribution. This was something that I saw advertised by KDP, and the way it read seemed like a solution to the biggest problem that authors face publishing their books with Amazon, which is getting other retailers to sell it. Well, I put out Enemies of Peace into that program back in 2018, and as you may remember from my video on the topic, it was not a big success. It just allowed third-party retailers to pick up my book, one of which was listing it for $40 when I was selling it for $9.99. So I took my paperback out of expanded distribution with KDP and went back to the drawing board on how to get my print books out wide. I had been using, and I continue to use, Smashwords to get my ebooks out wide since I started self-publishing in 2015. Well, fast forward a few years, and I discovered IngramSpark and realized some great success with listing my print books there, both paperback and hardcover, through their network. So I was very happy with IngramSpark and the distribution that they offered. So with a baby due in the fall and a backlist of print books that were only available on Amazon, I decided in 2020 it was time to get my entire backlist onto IngramSpark and do some backlist maintenance. So that way, bookshop.org, IndieBound, Barnes & Noble, etc., they could all list my print books. Well, this was easy for all of my backlist except for Enemies of Peace, because it was in KDP Expanded Distribution. So even though I had taken it out of Expanded Distribution with KDP back in 2018, I was still blocked from going into IngramSpark's Expanded Distribution network. So this is the step-by-step process that I took to be able to clear everything with KDP, clear everything with IngramSpark, and get it into Expanded Distribution. So I want you to be able to learn from this experience. So if you need to do the same with your print books, that you can do so. My number one piece of advice, and you'll hear me say it on this channel, is to pack your patience. This takes time. Don't expect that if you want to do this today, that it'll be done by tomorrow. So first thing that I had to do, and what you'll have to do, is submit a form to IngramSpark. I will have a link below in the description of the exact form that you need to fill out. Now with this form, you have to sign it, and I'll get into that a bit more later. But I filled out this form. I sent it in. So I reached out to both KDP and IngramSpark. I submitted my ticket to IngramSpark on August 21st. I submitted my ticket to IngramSpark the same day as well. So both KDP and IngramSpark, I submitted the ticket on August 21st. I heard back from KDP right away. They released the book without any issue. Phew, that was easy. Then I heard back from IngramSpark. So I didn't hear back from them within the initial 20 business days that they advertised. So I got automatic bounce back, hey, we'll get back to you. 20 business days went by, not 20 days, calendar, 20 business days. So I reached out again and asked for an update. I was told that they were backlogged, which many of you who were working with IngramSpark last year may remember. They were very backlogged, and I was told it would take up to 30 business days. So right around that time frame of the 30 business days, I did get a message from them that my form was not completed correctly. So frustrating, because I had already waited the 30 business days. So pro tip on the form, it needs to be signed, or you need to use an official e-signature, not just a typed out signature in a scripty font. Like, it has to be an official e-signature. So once I submitted the corrected form, the title was added to my list of titles on IngramSpark within an hour. It was great. So because I had somebody on the case looking for it, they were able to get that processed. One thing that I didn't like, though, is that the entire book was added without having a chance to select categories, keywords, or even uploading the IngramSpark cover in their template. So I did have to go in and resubmit my files, and then they were approved. So I didn't like that I had to go in and correct it, that it wasn't just listed as processing or in progress. It was just, okay, approved, done. I really wish I had had the chance to fix that first, but I was still able to fix it. It just took a little bit of time. So if you're going through this process, I really want to emphasize to pack your patience. It's very technical. IngramSpark seems to be doing this a lot more. So it's not like this is the first time they're hearing of this. There's a form for it. There's a process for it. KDP released the book easily. I had no issues. IngramSpark was able to add the book. The only issue was that they were backlogged and that I filled out the form incorrectly. So it was a smooth process. It was just a very long process because of the long turnaround. But I was just patient, and I had a bunch of other books to add from my backlog. I had a bunch of other books to add from my backlist anyways, so it all worked out. So I definitely want to hear from you about what questions you still have about taking a book from expanded distribution with KDP and then listing on IngramSpark. Now, again, I own the ISBNs for all my books, so I didn't have an issue there. If you are using the KDP ISBN, you're probably going to have to purchase the ISBN to take it with IngramSpark and make a second edition. I do have a video all about second editions that you can look at because it has to be different content for you to put the same book into a different ISBN. It has to be different. So I want to hear more about your other questions and your comments below so we can keep the conversation going. And obviously, if the process evolves at all, I will make an updated video for you. If you found this information helpful, please let me know in the comments. Give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to hit subscribe. That lets YouTube know that you found this information valuable and can get it in front of other authors like us. And now you can get back to writing your book.